What's up, guys? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. So it's Saturday, and I usually don't do videos on Saturday. You might be like, well, Jerry, where the fuck are you? I'm actually in Sedona, Arizona right now at a wedding, and I was going through my Instagram, and I saw yesterday when we were traveling that Hadi Choopan, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I'm terrible with last names. I'm terrible with first names, too. Has committed to doing the open class. Now, this is why I've waited. People are like, Jerry, what do you think about Hadi got he got the okay, he got the visa to get in the country and stuff. He's going to compete. That's awesome. Now, just him getting the visa, my opinion, he kind of saved the Olympia, to be honest with you, because there was zero hype going into this at all. It's a week out. We have not heard whether Sean Roden's going to be reinstated, which automatically we're going to have to assume that he's not going to be there now, right? So Sean Roden is not there. The hype train has been gone because Phil Heath came out and said that he's not competing this year. He's definitely taking this year off from the Olympia. That leaves the Kai Green story, which Kai Green's not going to be there. Rami's not going to be there. So we know now those guys are not there. But Hadi got the visa, which is amazing because let's face facts. It's not his fault, this political shit that's going on. He didn't do anything wrong. So for them to usher that through and get it to happen is fucking awesome. So once I saw that, I said, you know what? He hasn't said whether he's going 212 or going the open. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut because I think personally he should go to the open. I think he has the most to benefit by going to the open and mixing up with the bigger guys. And when he does place well, which I really do believe he is going to, it puts him on that level where the top guys are talked about all year round. And he's been talked year round anyways. People talk about him all the time. So I'm like, this is going to give him, really establish him as one of the best in the world, which we all know that he has one of the best physiques out there. But placing at the Olympia in a certain spot, I'd say the top, 5 or 6, places you in that top elite. They're like elite of the elite, right? So now here we are. So my personal opinion is him getting the visa drew more interest. But what I'm watching is it's not building the hype train. Still, he didn't save the Olympia. Now, the fact that he went into the open class, I was like, well, that's interesting. Let's see how people react to that. Everybody, I think, is happy that he's going to go into the open class. But here's the thing. If Hadi wins the fucking Olympia, that is going to be the biggest underdog fucking story I think that bodybuilding's ever had in the history of bodybuilding. It's going to be one of those things where people would have been like, fuck, I wish I would have went. The ones that were, holding out, maybe not going to go because of the case that, there was no hype going on. Their favorite person wasn't there. It brings more interest, and it definitely, in the end, is going to change the face of bodybuilding from this point forward. Because you're going to have a guy that was a 212 competitor, or possibly 212 competitor at the Olympia, decide to jump into the open. If he wins, holy shit, right? If he wins, that's that's the Rocky story of bodybuilding. If he places top 2 or 3, holy shit, it's almost like he won anyways. I mean, basically, it's like just like he won because he jumped into that class, mixed it up, and placed top couple. If he places top 5, he still fucking wins because now that means that's his first try against those guys. He goes back home, he continues to train, continue to improve. Now people are going to be looking for him. And they're going to be waiting for him to try to take that title next year. So regardless, right now, even if he plays dead last in the Olympia, which he's not going to, right, in the open class, he still brings more interest and it builds his brand and it brings more eyes to the Olympia. Now, I know a lot of people still may not go, but they're going to tune in and watch. They're going to be paying attention on social media to see where he's placing after prejudging, like who they compared him to, where they had him standing in the at the end of prejudging, where they think he fared. And I'll tell you what, if he's mixing it up with those top guys, a lot of people are going to tune into the next night to see, the finals, to see whether or not he toppled them. So I'm like, I really believe that although he brought more interest and it's awesome for the sport, it's awesome for the Olympia this year, even Hadi couldn't save it. I really do believe, honestly, no matter what, if anybody came back now, decided at this point, let's say any one of the top guys said, I'm going in it now, the hype train is gone. It's too late. Like, there is not going to be any hype. People may watch online or whatever, but it's not going to drive the masses to the show, to the expo. They're still not going to have the year that they wanted to have that because it's been on a decline. The Olympia's been on a decline. I actually just wrote an article for the next issue of Muscle Sport magazine on what's going on, and it goes a little in depth with some of the stuff that has come out recently about The Rock having his show, and there's other stuff about other shows being talked about, and that's not really being talked about outside of behind the scenes. That I kind of cover a little bit of that stuff in there. The bottom line is I'm super happy that Hadi got the invite, and I think it brings a lot of interest. And I think that it really puts a lot of these guys right now that we're kind of looking at it, like these pros that are going to be competing, that may not be giving it their all. Now, my thing is, the Olympia is wide open. You should be giving it your fucking all. Plain and simple. I mean, every show you should give your all. But right now you have the chance to take the biggest title in all of the land to be the best bodybuilder in the world. But if any of them just were like, Sean's not there, Phil's not there, this one's not there, that one's not there, it's going to be fun. Not a cakewalk, but it's okay. I can, go over my Mac, or whatever the case may be. When they see that condition on that motherfucker can out-condition some of the bigger guys, even if they're a lot bigger than him. So he literally could have scared the fuck out of some guys right now into changing some things last minute to try to come in a little drier, a little bit harder. That's going to fuck them up, and he's going to wind up beating them because they're going to panic and do something stupid. It's almost like the mind games that Arnold used to play. Hadi's not playing those games, but just him entering and going to the open class, that automatically fucks with people's heads. Because now they have a guy that they weren't planning on contending with. They have a guy that the IFBB and whoever else went way the fuck out of their way to get him there with that visa. So they know that he's going to do well. And now he's in the open class, right? Now it's like, oh, fuck. So there may be some of those guys revamping some of their plans right now for next week, which, let's face facts, we're coming in today, Saturday. You know, we got a couple more days, and these guys are starting, you know, some of them will probably start making their way to Vegas tomorrow and the day after to start acclimating, because flights can fuck up your body water and stuff. Start acclimating to the climate and stuff out there. I mean, they may be changing some stuff right now based on this individual jumping in that class. So we could see places change that normally wouldn't have changed if he wasn't there. And I don't mean that he's beating them. I mean that he's causing them to react in a way that he's going to wind up fucking beating them. So now there's a little bit of interest, not necessarily hype train, but a little bit of interest going on with this, thinking to myself, like, now I want to see how much damage Hadi can do. You know what I mean? We get the legend of Hadi because everybody loves him, right? But we also have the guy who couldn't get in because of his visa, and everybody wrote him off, and he fucking blew it off. Now he's here, right? Now we get a little bit of interesting shit going on. So hopefully we see, you know, we're going to see a new Olympia crowned, you know, whether it's Dexter Jackson being recrowned Mr. Olympia again, or a new Olympia who's never had, you know, the title before. We're going to see something big happen next week. And I think that despite the hype not being there, it's pretty cool, you know, and it's actually making me more interested, you know, to go out there and check it out. So if you guys are going out there, I'll see you guys there. Aaron and I will be at the expo walking around. No specific booth we're going to be at this year. It's literally just walking around. So if you see me, and even if I'm talking to someone, don't hesitate to stop by, say what's up, take pictures and shit like that, because that's the best part about going to the Olympia, Arnold, all this stuff for me is to meet you guys, see you guys face to face, share some stories that you may have shared online, talk about stories that I've shared, whatever the case may be. But it's shaping up to be a little bit more interesting at the very least. And who knows? We'll see. Maybe we'll see somebody pull out due to like dehydration or bad chicken, ate some bad food or something like usually happens. And that might have been a top 4 runner. We don't know. So just hang in there, guys. Keep your eyes and ears peeled as to what's going on in the next week. But it's almost time, guys. The countdown is now. We're 6 days away from prejudging, which we're going to see what the fuck happens then. So I'll see you guys there. We're going to be heading back from Sedona tonight or tomorrow to head back to Fairfax. We'll be there for 2 days. Then we fly back off for the Olympia. So it's going to be a short day back at home for us. And then we'll be out there. So we will see you guys out there. I'm Biospherian, and I approve this message. And we are out.